All right, so here is our last one. We are going to read one more text. You should have already completed your main idea sentence stem. Your main idea statement for this. We're going to look at how you should have done it. You're going to reflect again like you've done for the past two as well, okay? So number one, read the below text. One problem with the modern Olympics is that it has become expensive to operate. Consequently, the city or country that hosts the games often loses money. A stadium, pools, and playing fields must be built for the athletic events, and housing is needed for the international athletes. And all of these facilities are used for only 2 weeks. One solution is not to build new facilities, but to repurpose spaces. That's what Los Angeles officials did for the 1984 Games. They used area colleges and universities as the athletes' living areas. They also solved the economic drain by charging a fee for companies who wanted to be official sponsors of the Games. Companies like McDonald's paid a lot of money to be part of the Olympics. By doing so, Los Angeles actually made a profit rather than losing money as hosts of the Olympics. So I want you to take a few moments to see if you can pick out any of the clue words or linking words that might tell you what type of a text structure this is. Go ahead and do that now. I'll wait. All right, so let's move on. Some of the words you should have seen and should have told you what type of text structure this is are highlighted here. We have problem, consequently, solution, by doing so, and rather than. So all of these should have told you that this was a clear problem and solution text structure. So we're going to talk about how it is definitely a problem solution text structure, but this is one of those instances where I talked about at the very beginning of this Nearpod that sometimes you might see a combination of text structures, and you can definitely see that here, that although there is a clear problem and solution happening here, there was a cause for that problem. So being able to add in the cause for the problem can just make your main idea statement a little bit more clear, okay? So, one problem with the modern Olympics is that it has become expensive to operate. So this says that it is the problem. So we can go down here, fill that in. The problem is the modern Olympics have become too expensive to operate. Consequently, the city or country that hosts the games often loses money. So we're going to pause right here. Now, we really have two problems here, okay? That it's become too expensive to operate and that the country that hosts loses money. So now we have a cause and a negative effect right here instead of really two problems. So I'm going to argue that you could have also said the cause is that modern Olympics have become too expensive to operate. The negative effect or the problem is that the city or country that hosts the games often loses money. Okay, so now we've just gotten a little bit more detailed. We've separated out the cause and the problem or the negative effect. But if you did this, when you were writing this, if you did the problem solution, the more simple one right here, then that is totally fine. You're not wrong. Okay, I just want you to start thinking about, okay, when there is a problem, there is usually a cause to that problem. And sometimes it can help to separate those things out when writing down a main idea statement. Okay. So what is the solution? We see that here. It tells us pretty plainly, one solution is not to build new facilities, but to repurpose spaces. Okay, and I said exactly that. The solution is to repurpose spaces, and I did that on the second one as well. It's the same solution. The solution is to repurpose spaces. Okay, so now you're going to, in the Nearpod, where you can type in an answer, where you can record your audio, you're going to reflect on what you could have done better, any questions you have, things that you've learned, and the things that you're doing really well. Okay,